My name's Jennifer Mack, and I live in the Frogtown Artist Cooperative in St. Paul. And I'm technically a dancer, performer. I would also say choreographer and instructor. So I mainly work with a ballet company. I've been with them for, this will be my 6th season. And I teach at several schools. I do all styles, so I started in ballet, of course, like a lot of people, but I also do modern, jazz, tap. I've done flamenco, African, and Irish, but those skills usually aren't that necessary. But yeah, so all the units are different sizes and shapes and look different, and I guess the corner units are the ones that I really want. So I got lucky kind of moving in under Justin, but I love this unit just because of the huge windows. I mean, that was the first thing. This was the first place I looked at when I was looking to move here. And I honestly walked into the space and was like, okay, what's the catch? Because I was like, this is beautiful. I like this unit because we're 2 stories, so like you have your main floor and then the bedrooms and bathrooms are upstairs. I really like that. The only thing I would love is a dance studio or a dance floor. Sometimes I still rehearse in here and we push things away and we hold like emergency rehearsals here if we can't get space or get double booked. And we've actually, with the art crawl and with our own group show that we do, I've held dance performances in here with live bands, and it gets a little, so it would be nice. A couple of the lower units have flooring, and, but I still love it. I've been here, let's see, since 2004, I think, so about 5 or 6 years. I think here, even though they juggle about like the artist criteria, because sometimes we don't actually have it. So we have, and also this is more of a family-oriented one, so it's kind of nice and it's really fun because you get a lot of different information because there's people living here who do other things, or like they may be an artist but their husband or wife or their kids like do other things, so it really helps, I think, expand that a little bit. We have quite a bit of that community here, and I've learned a ton that I didn't know, and like, so I mean, all of that comes into your work and it brings a different element, and I think it makes you a better artist in the long run. I was really excited when I moved here. That was a big draw for me, is because I've lived in lots of big cities and other places, and you can get kind of lost and it's hard to meet people. So I was really drawn to that, like, oh great, there's already a community that I can be a part of and jump into. It's actually really, I mean, I benefited selfishly as a dancer because there was a choreographer living here, and I don't know, I mean, I took class from her, so I mean that helped, but I think kind of living near her and befriending her helped her get to know me more, and she was more inclined to work with me because of that. I mean, she probably also saw something else, but who knows. My roommate's a painter. A lot of the artwork is he does all forms of visual art actually, but when I moved in he was focusing more on the oil paintings. I totally have to plug for him. He just won the Jerome, so I hardly see him as of last week now because he's trying to get, for the next whatever, like 8 months, he'll be getting everything ready for his big drum show and convening with those people, and he's all super excited because he's applied for like 10 years and he finally got it this year.
Great.
Yeah, super excited for him. I probably have a bias because I interned for the Schubert project and for Artspace, and I live here, but I feel like that's why I totally, whenever Artspace calls me like, oh, can you do this? I'm like, yeah, because I think they're the coolest organization, and I have friends that live like in New York and out west, and whenever they're doing new projects, I'm like, check it out, because they're the only, I know there's a few other organizations out there, but I feel like when I first moved here, it was the first time I had ever heard of that kind of thing going on, and what I see in Minneapolis and St. Paul, and now like knowing that the projects other places, I'm like, wow, I'm so glad somebody's doing this, and they're really good at it, so I hope they keep going.